Yo, what up, big dog, everybody? How you doing, guys? We're back here. So today we're gonna talk about gatekeepers and how you know for sure if your 10 minutes is actually bookable. Here's a hint. It has nothing to do with how smart the jokes are. All right, so keep watching. We're gonna nail this down for you and then get booked, bitch. So first things first is, there's a thing called LPM in comedy, which means laughs per minute. So that's actually how, that's the mechanism if your set is viable for a good club, a big club, like Funny Bone or Side Splitters or Austin, whatever it is, man. So if you have the laughs per minute, because you gotta understand this, like bookers, they're not like comedy teachers. People think that bookers, myself, I went through the same thing. Like on the beginning, I thought like, oh my God, that guy, he books people. He's in the corner listening to every fucking thing I said and measuring. Oh my God, this guy, he is deep, he gets it. But forget about that. Throw that shit in the trash. That's not how it works. So here's it is. Here you go. The beautiful thing about it is, once you know this, it's gonna help you nail it down. So the big secret is how you know if your comedy is ready, because you get laughs 15 to 20 seconds. That's maximum, bro. If you can do 15 seconds, you're very good. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna be the guy. You're gonna be the fire in the room, the life of the party, But if it takes longer than 20 seconds, 20 seconds is right the limit, because you gotta think about like a comedy, owner of a comedy club. He is not like, oh yeah, he's fucking guy writes a lot. Oh my God, he has 3 layers on his jokes, shit like that. That's not how it works. The guy is busy. He's dealing with thousands of people, and the only thing he listens to is what? Laughs. The club is laughing, and it has momentum. It keeps building. That's how a comedian actually works in a room, right? He keeps building on the laughs. So 15 seconds, it means you're like a professional level. 20 seconds, still good. You're still like hitting the spot and killing it. But if it takes longer than 20 seconds, it better be a great payoff, boy. Because if it bombs, your name will go on that bomb until you recover from it. Why this rule matters? Because it's the only rule that is gonna control everything, like drunk people, high energy room where people are getting up, paying bills if you're in a bar or something. So that ratio is the ratio who keeps everybody engaged throughout the performance. You know what I mean? When you go to a comedy club with a great comedian, a great headliner, you don't feel that way into an hour. You'll be like, holy shit, this was like an easy ride. You know what I mean? So that's how this really matters. Nail it down. Here's the best thing you can do with this rule, 15 seconds and 20 seconds, is like, what am I saying that I'm going longer than 15, 20 seconds without getting laughs? Probably you say some shit that doesn't matter. You say things like, you know what I mean? You saying things like, you know what? Or you're saying a lot of you knows. So that takes time. When you get to a level where you're like professional and working, you're gonna understand that the comedians, they're clean, dude. They're fucking, what is the word again, man? Oh, shit, man. Forgot. Polish. Shit. So every comedian that you meet, they're polished. And it's exciting when you're in the open mic and you see your friends, like you people who started comedy with you, and they're getting polished. They're polished the material. Everything they say, they land, and you feel like they stop at the right moment when transitioning, right? They're there, they just told a joke that killed, and now they're transitioning to the next joke, and they're just like waiting for the laughs to go a little bit quieter. So he comes back with a new bit, stronger bit, So that's how we go, Just focus on that, man. Try to get because if you pay attention, it's really like that, Okay, so 10 seconds. Now I should say something that is going to trigger a little laugh, which is like either a twist or an irony, or you double down, or you escalate the thing. You got to do something that will get that people, laughing. A great way actually to discover that is you're going to go to the new open mic. If you haven't done this yet, you're going to record yourself. And then you're gonna detach emotion after that, and you're gonna put the set, and you're not gonna listen to you, you're gonna listen to the laughs. All right? Start a chronometer start going down, and then you're gonna be like, all right, you're gonna see like, okay, people laugh with 1 minute, people laugh with 20 seconds. It's literally like a great job, dude, but you gotta do it. You know what I mean? Like, you're studying thoroughly, you're set. It's funny, right? I'll say this too, because comedy, literally when you're at the beginning, you'll be like, oh my God, this is the highest level of art. You know what I mean? I love this so much. I'm here breaking it down. A dick joke. Oh, I'm some genius and shit. Just shut up, man. Forget about that. Actually, comedy is one of the lowest form of art, all right? So one of the beautiful ways you can detach from that shit is just to have fun with it, you know, because that's like, think about it, right? People getting up on the stage and trying to be funny is inherently unfunny already. There's no way that you're gonna be funny if you're trying to, you know what I mean? So forget that, you know, take comedy out of the pedestal and have fun with that shit. You know what I mean? Then the doors will open. And now the famous, man, the gatekeepers. So I'll say this, you know what I mean? I don't worry much about gatekeepers because people like, oh my God, gatekeepers, they suck. I mean, dude, gatekeepers, they're gonna gatekeep. Now, what can you do dealing with these people? You gotta be professional because they can open doors for you, but they don't like you sucking up to them. So I think the worst thing you can do is be someone who is like, please, can I have a spot? Can I have a spot? Can I have a spot? That's gonna take you like down a path that you're not gonna like it, and you're gonna be like a slave. You're gonna end up doing free shit a lot, you know what I mean? What you can do is get good, man. Get the material, bro. Bring it on. Because like, what if instead you become a guy who deserves to be booked, right? What if you instead of you like, oh shit, this guy, he doesn't like me. What if you become an asset? Actually, like, I'm gonna be so good that guy gonna need me on his show because, you know, like, if he doesn't put me, bro, shit is going down. You know what I mean? So that's a thought process that you can acquire so you can get good. You know what I mean? Because that energy level is pretty high, and once you hold yourself to that standard, that's what usually comes after, you know? But yeah, it's nice to see you guys again. I'm gonna keep this shit going, man, because I like it. I got a few DMs on Instagram. Everything felt good, you know what I mean? So here's the thing, right? Next video, I might talk about, like, how can you discover what your first jokes will be like, you know what I mean? If you want to do stand-up and shit like that, and you're thinking, like, oh my God, why did I even start, bro? And then, you know, usually you're gonna go first. What you think is funny, what do you think people is gonna think you're doing is funny. So, you know, there's a few layers that I think you gotta like peel so you can get like to a shape where you're more confident and you're more you, and you're just like, yeah, man, that happened actually, you know? So if you wanna really see and sit down with me and, you know, listen why I tell you, that's the vibe. I'll see you guys next time. Give it up, queef it up.